Hello all, and let's have a little talk. So, SummerSlam happened. Then the show after SummerSlam happened. And I bitched, I whined, and I said, this isn't going to work. Because you see, they had this angle, this Daniel Bryan, uh, Randy Orton, McMahon angle, that literally should be able to go to WrestleMania. Really, if you book it correctly. The problem is you have to book it correctly. And booking it correctly means that, yes, Daniel Bryan will probably win the title at some point before WrestleMania, because in today's world, you can't wait till WrestleMania for him to win the title the first time. But basically, he wins the title, then he loses the title, then he wins it back in some sort of, final match at WrestleMania. In the main event of WrestleMania, because that would top off, the whole, who's the face of the WWE and all of that stuff. Anyways, ultimately that's how you should have done it, and probably if he was going to win the title, it should be at Survivor Series, which is a whiles out. Problem is, first week, he was laid out. Second week, he was laid out. Third week, he was laid out. And not only that, he was laid out, I believe, because I haven't seen the shows, on SmackDown as well. Yes, on SmackDown as well. Which means we have yet to see him do anything to make it look like, well, that he's right and that he should be the face of the WWE and that he's this, guy that they should fear. No point, nowhere, no how, no way. Now you've added a Cody Rhodes element to the storyline. Now you've added Big Show and a moronic aspect to the storyline. And now, if they don't do something truly dramatic next week, Daniel Bryan's going to have to win the title at Night of Champions, which is stupid. I will be the first to tell you, shouldn't have to do that. But because you can't book him strong, because you can't make him look like a strong babyface, and I'm guessing they're going, oh, see, we keep beating him, and the crowd keeps reacting. Well, at some point, the crowd's going to be like, screw this. You're not giving him the title. We're just waiting until John Cena comes back. That's what they're going to think. Wrestling is a con game. Wrestling is a shell game. Fans are in on it. Eventually, the fans are going to figure it out. If the fans figure out that you're not giving them what, if you're just playing, okay, the waiting game, then they're just going to play the waiting game too, and they're going to wait till John Cena comes back to truly, care. That's the problem. And instead, you have a guy who you literally could rise to the main event level, because you haven't had enough main eventers really, and who knows how many years, because you can't make main eventers. The only two guys, you're lucky that you have Punk, you're lucky that you have Daniel Bryan, because pretty much they kind of beat the odds. They kind of did it themselves in some aspects. And, it's amazing to me that you people just can't fathom this. After that first Raw, people were like, you're overreacting, you're doing this. Came on here, did the same thing. People, you're overreacting, you know what you're talking about, blah, 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 blah. No. I could see where it was going. Because it's the same thing we've seen year in, year out, when they try to make a new star. Because I guess in their mind it's, well, if we keep beating him up and we keep making him like a goof, and then he's still over, well, then he's really a star. And that's so much, I don't know, type of bullshit. As my friend Bryan said, he pretty much dictated exactly how this was going to go after Survivors, or after SummerSlam. Pretty much to a T said, he's not going to win. We're going to stretch this out. They're going to make him look weak, and no one's going to care by the end. And they're going to take an angle that should have lasted, like I said, easy, at least till Royal Rumble. Or at least, and you could probably drag it out to WrestleMania and fizzle it out, because they don't know what they're doing. And people wonder why so many of us come on here and go, yay, New Japan, and get excited when, it looks like they might try to branch out and try to do English commentary. Maybe, it's not what everyone thought it was going to be, the rumor there was, but maybe we might get that. And people wonder why we're willing to spend money on that and not spend money on WWE. That's why. Because we've seen this. As Markeem, as Nightmare Baller 1, has said on Twitter time and time again, he has no faith in this company since Nexus. Nexus was the last one. Nexus, he was done. He was done after Nexus. And yeah, pretty much it. So I'm sorry that all of you were wrong. I can hope that the outer week, maybe next week, they do some big bang up angle and they make him look strong and they make it look like, hey, this is a fight and hey, he should be a champion and all of this, and then they don't have to put the title on him at Night of Champions for it to mean anything. But if they don't, then they have to put it on him, and they just took an angle that should have been another 3 months before they needed to put the title on him, and instead we're going to get it in a week. And there's the WWE, and there is most of the issues with WWE is that they don't know how to make a star, because their idea of how to make a star is, I don't know, stupid, to put it bluntly. So anyways, that's all I wanted to talk about. Later.